Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and talked about air combat comparisons of the modern era. The F-22 Raptor of the United States versus the J-20 Mighty Dragon from China. These two stealth fighters represent the pinnacle of military aviation technology for their respective nations. They were both designed for dominance in the skies, but they come from two very different design philosophies and strategic needs. So buckle up, because in this video, we're breaking down their design, performance, stealth, technology, and overall combat capability to see which of these two giants truly rules the skies. Let's start with the F-22 Raptor. Built by Lockheed Martin, the F-22 was introduced into service with the US Air Force in 2005. It was the world's first operational fifth-generation fighter jet, setting the standard for stealth, agility, and situational awareness. The Raptor's design emphasizes air superiority, meaning it was built to control the airspace by engaging and defeating any enemy aircraft before being detected. The aircraft features twin Pratt & Whitney F119 PW100 engines capable of thrust vectoring, allowing it to perform incredible maneuvers that most other jets can't even dream of. This agility makes the F-22 a nightmare for enemy pilots in close-range dogfights. Now, moving to China's pride, the Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon. The J-20 is China's answer to the F-22 and F-35, designed by Chengdu Aerospace Corporation and introduced into service in 2017. It's also a fifth-generation fighter, boasting stealth technology, long-range capabilities, and advanced avionics. However, the J-20 was built with a slightly different philosophy. While the F-22 focuses heavily on air superiority and maneuverability, the J-20 emphasizes long-range interception and strike missions. Its design is optimized to detect, track, and destroy enemy targets, including support aircraft like AWACS or tankers, before being detected itself. When comparing design and stealth, both jets use radar-absorbing materials and angular shapes to reduce radar cross-section. The F-22's shape and coatings were meticulously optimized using years of stealth research that began back in the 1980s. It's often considered the most stealthy aircraft ever built. Even slightly superior to the F-35, the J-20, while stealthy, features a larger radar cross-section because of its canards, the small forward wings that improve maneuverability but can also reflect radar waves. However, Chinese engineers claim to have compensated with advanced radar-absorbent materials and coatings. In real-world terms, though, most experts still give the stealth advantage to the F-22. Next, let's talk about engines and performance. The F-22's twin F119 engines produce around 35,000 pounds of thrust each, allowing it to reach speeds beyond Mach 2.2 and supercruise at Mach 1.8 without using afterburners. That means it can sustain supersonic flight for extended periods, saving fuel and maintaining stealth. The J-20 initially used Russian AI-31 engines, which limited its performance. However, newer versions are now being fitted with China's WS-15 engines, designed to match or even exceed the Raptor's thrust levels. While the WS-15 is still under refinement, it represents a huge leap for China's domestic engine program. Once fully perfected, the J-20's thrust-to-weight ratio could become comparable to that of the F-22. In terms of maneuverability, the F-22 remains king. Thanks to its thrust vectoring nozzles and superior aerodynamics, it can perform high angle of attack maneuvers that no other fighter can replicate. The J-20, on the other hand, is larger and less agile, focusing more on speed and long-range stealth attacks rather than close-range dogfighting. However, China has been testing thrust vectoring technology for future J-20 variants, which could narrow this gap in the coming years. Now let's move on to avionics and sensors, where both jets pack cutting-edge technology. The F-22 features an advanced APG-77 AESA radar capable of tracking multiple targets at long range while remaining undetected. It's also integrated with powerful electronic warfare systems, secure communication links, and sensor fusion that gives pilots unmatched situational awareness. The J-20, meanwhile, carries the KLJ-5 AESA radar, infrared search and track systems IRSD, and distributed aperture sensors, giving it strong detection and tracking capability. China has also invested heavily in artificial intelligence and data networking, aiming to make the J-20 a key part of its integrated combat network. Still, the US maintains an edge in software sophistication and data fusion, areas where American technology has decades of experience. Let's not forget weapons and payload. The F-22 carries its weapons internally to maintain stealth, with bays that can house AIM-120 AMRAAM and AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles. It can also carry precision bombs for ground attacks, though its primary mission remains as superiority. The J-20 also features internal weapon bays for PL-15 long-range air-to-air missiles and PL-10 short-range missiles. Reports suggest the PL-15 has an impressive range exceeding 120 miles, potentially giving the J-20 an advantage in long-range engagements. However, the F-22's stealth and radar would likely allow it to strike first before being detected. When it comes to combat range and mission flexibility, the J-20 may have the upper hand. It's larger, carries more fuel, and is designed to fly deep into enemy territory, ideal for China's strategy of denying airspace to adversaries in the Indo-Pacific region. The F-22, while unmatched in agility, has a shorter combat range, but the US Air Force compensates with advanced refueling capabilities and global base infrastructure. One major difference lies in production and numbers. The F-22 program was capped at 187 operational aircraft due to high costs and changing defense priorities. In contrast, China continues to ramp up J-20 production, potentially fielding hundreds of units in the coming years. This growing fleet could give China a quantitative edge, even if the F-22 remains superior on a one-to-one basis. Finally, let's talk about real-world strategy. The F-22 is part of a highly advanced US combat system that includes AWACS, satellites, and stealth drones. It operates with complete situational dominance and support. The J-20, meanwhile, is a key piece in China's expanding air defense network, focused on regional control rather than global projection. In a hypothetical conflict, the F-22 would likely excel in one-on-one encounters. But the J-20's strategic integration could make it a powerful tool in coordinated operations. In conclusion, the F-22 Raptor remains the world's most capable air superiority fighter with unmatched stealth, agility, and combat awareness. The J-20 Mighty Dragon, however, is rapidly evolving, representing China's growing technological power and long-range warfare ambitions. The battle between these two titans isn't just about aircraft, it's about military philosophy, technology, and national strategy. Both jets are incredible examples of what human engineering can achieve, but in the skies today, the F-22 still holds the crown as the ultimate predator of the air. And that's it for today's breakdown. If you enjoyed this detailed comparison between the F-22 and the J-20, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we've got more amazing air combat comparisons coming your way. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.